All right, y'all, coming from Court TV, from Atlanta, recording from Atlanta, hometown of the Braves. Young Thug judge removed from the YSL Rico case, and it's a good thing to know. Um, uh, a lot of things started with the ex parte, and that's what you call a racketeering, yeah. When it interference like that, okay. He was sending everybody to the dungeon. I call the dungeon the jail. But well, Fulton County Judge Rachel Crosses rules to recuse Judge Eura Glansfield from the Young Thug racketeering case, and the main thing is getting a judge that's going to be fair to both teams. You know what I mean? Fair to the witness, fair to everybody. Okay, that's why they put their hand up and prompt to tell the truth. But let's take a look at this. And shout out to Law and Order.
One of the parties, that being all of the defense attorneys, were not present for this meeting with Kenneth Copeland. Judge Glanville, along with the prosecution, and Kenneth Copeland's attorney had this in-chambers meeting talking about him pleading the fifth for about let's say 4 pages. So about four or so pages, just the facts. As we remember them, this meeting happened. Glanville went back and forth deciding, is this person going to testify? Cannot plead the fifth. The prosecution, as we saw the transcripts that were later released, kept pressing. You've got a meeting. You cannot be prosecuted for this in any way, shape, or form, and that means you have to testify. Ultimately, that meeting was not expressed in detail to the defense until Brian Steele, the defense attorney for Young Thug, raised this issue. Following that, multiple defense attorneys filed motions for recusal. Now, moving on from the facts, going to the law. The legal framework for what a recusal requires. There are 3 criteria that needs to happen. Those being, the motion needs to be timely, needs to be supported by an affidavit, and the facts alleged need to show that a recusal might be warranted. Now, to the first 2 parts, Judge Glanville himself said that this is timely. When the defense found an issue, they brought it up. The second part, he said that there's an affidavit that was filed. Good. But the reason why Judge Glanville himself said that he's denying the recusal is because he argued that the facts alleged did not warrant a recusal, that they did not meet that threshold. However, he ultimately passed this case on to another judge, and this is the judge's analysis and discussion. It's just a quick, I wouldn't even call it 2 pages. I'd call it a page and a half, if that. And the judge does start off by saying, as previously announced on the record, this motion was timely and supported by an affidavit. Already got that. But moving on to the next part. The court kind of pauses and says, you know what, it's worth noting that I'm just quoting here, that this court agrees generally with Judge Glanville's assessment of the proprietary of the meeting, that ex parte meeting, saying, okay, that's okay to happen. While the meeting could have and perhaps should have taken place in open court, kind of giving that option there, nothing about the fact of this meeting or substance discussed was inherently improper. However, and this is the big however, in his order denying defendant Kendrick's motion and in the process of making a record on July 1st, Judge Glanville added facts, provided context, questioned the veracity of the allegations, and otherwise explained his decision and actions and argued why those actions were proper. I'm just going to keep going through here. While, and I'm quoting here, may be appropriate for judges to disclose information relevant to his potential recusal, such a disclosure must be made in a way that is objective, dispassionate, and non-argumentative as possible, so that the judge is not reasonably perceived as a hostile witness or advocate. As we saw in Judge Glanville's recitation of why he was not recusing himself, he was, let's just say, he was definitely a little hostile. In presenting this record as to the recusal issues and in ruling on Kendrick's motions, Judge Glanville, quote, evaluated and accepted the truth of his own factual
Do not buy new windows if you live in
allegations mandating his recusal. What that basically means in English, he played both witness, judge, and jury in deciding the veracity and the truthfulness of his own allegations. A judge cannot do that. That's what the Honorable Judge Rachel Krause, who was given this case to decide the recusal, ultimately decided. They continue by saying that this court has no doubt that Judge Glanville can and would continue presiding fairly over this matter if the recusal motions were denied, but going on to quote here, the necessity of preserving the public's confidence in the judicial system weighs in favor of excusing Judge Glanville from further handling of this case. And this is the decision. Based on the foregoing, this court hereby orders the following. 1. Defendant DeMonte Kendrick's motion for recusal of the Chief Judge Yearville is granted. 2. Caleb Bumpus' motion to quash the show cause order and or for the recusal of Judge Glanville is denied as moot, meaning that's no longer an issue. And that the defendant, Jeffrey Williams' motion to disqualify or recuse Judge Glanville for all further dealings in the above referenced case, as amended and supplemented, is granted. The court clerk shall reassign this case using the court's case assignment procedures.
I'm glad that they did his young thug attorney fought for him, because I felt so sorry for this young man in court, y'all. They was talking like he was a nothing. They was talking about him, even Miss Love. The attorneys was talking like they don't even see him. He's not even there. His life wasn't in jeopardy. It was like a blame on him. And they don't even know who did what. They just want somebody to say that young thug did it.
This is the order of the judge as of the 15th of July, the year of 2024. That is today. What that basically means is Judge Glanville is no longer the judge in the Young Thug Rico case for any.
Yeah, they got rid of your butt. Maybe Miss Love will quit.
Of the defendants. It will go back to the court clerks to reassign this case. This is the breaking news coming out of the Young Thug case in Georgia.
Okay, y'all, and also why the Judge Glanville was removed from the trial. Also, is the defense contention with Judge Glanville came to head last month after key prosecution witness Kenneth LeWoody Copeland refused to testify on June the 7th. Y'all remember that? And was jailed over the weekend for his failure to do so. So he was like made, for not want to testify and plead the fifth. They decided to lock him up for his right. That young thug attorney Brian Steele took issues with the meeting and called Judge Glanville out in court. Okay, Glanville responded by demanding Steele disclose how he found out about the meeting. And, we talk about this over and over and over and over. So y'all heard about that. When Steele refused, that's when Judge ordered to take him in custody. Y'all, that was low down. If you want to go online and you want to read his paperwork, it's a whole lot of paper, y'all. It's a whole lot of paper dealing with the recusal. You can go and read it yourself. I'll get somebody to read it for you. Well, y'all, we're going to let's tell Judge, like I said, this, those who haven't seen, okay, y'all, once again, coming from, news from everywhere, Fulton County Sheriff, Chief Judge Glanville has been removed. He has been removed from overseeing the ongoing gang and racketeering trial against Atlanta rapper Young Thug and the alleged associates. And I think I'm so glad that this happened. It was, it's for educating purposes also, because the prosecution team was kind of responsible, and they need to be recused too. That decision was made today by Superior Court Judge Rachel Crosset, weeks after Glanville was scrutinized for holding a secret meeting, y'all, with prosecutors and a key state witness in the chambers. Okay, Crosset granted the motion filed on behalf of Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, and his co-defendant, DeMonte Kentridge, to recuse Glanville. And it went on, and it was saying in the order granted recusal, Cressay said that the Fulton clerk should resign the trial to another judge using the court's case procedures. The Fulton clerk of court confirmed to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that Judge Shukura Ingram has been assigned to the case. So let's find out who is Judge Shukura. All right, y'all. I've found this information for y'all. This is Young Thug new attorney. Young Thug new case. For his new case, she has been assigned to being the judge. Okay. Shukura Ingram. Okay. Here goes some more information right here that Judge Eura Glanville has been recused. Okay. I just want to make sure y'all see the paperwork. Okay. Anything that happened on this channel, The Real Deal, will let you know. There go Lil Woody. He representing his people. He gonna get back to the community with all his money. They must have paid him off. All right, y'all. That Lil Woody. Be safe out there, Lil Woody. Be safe, cause they gonna know you as a rat. Okay. All right, y'all. This your girl, The Real Deal, Anita Gill. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here.